So here we go. This is it. I'm always a little sad and excited when the end of a trip comes. I want to go home, I want to see my boys and everything, but I just love being on the road. Well, here's not where we expected to be. We've driven to a Toyota dealership. We've got an alarm on the car coming up. We think it's the collision alarm, that the collision system has died. And we thought, because we're in Wagga, we'd come to the Toyota dealer to check out if we'd be right to get home. We know it's a Saturday, but they got no idea. They told us to ring Roadside Assist. Nice people, but the whole part of the reason that we bought Toyota was because we thought there's dealerships everywhere that could give you advice and help, but no, they don't know. They just sell the cars and they can't contact any mechanics because it's the weekend. So here we are waiting for Roadside Assist, and it'll be about 60 minutes. So yay for us. Anyway, I'll let you know what happens. Well, while the Toyota people watched from the window, the NRMA guy came. He put a reader, he plugged it into the car, and he said it's just a sensor malfunction and we should be right to drive home, and then put it into our Toyota dealer and get them to wipe it clean and fix it. And it's probably just water in the sensor. So that's what we're going to do. But useless being part of Toyota. They didn't even offer us a cup of coffee. Nothing. We just had to sit out here.
We left Wagga after RMA cleared the fault. Not far down the road, we got the fault reappeared again, so check engine fault plus the pre-collision alarm fault. Also, we got the cruise control would not work. It's obvious with the pre-collision alarm, so obviously a camera is, the radar has failed. And the DPF wouldn't do an automatic burn. The main cable loom in the assembly bay has been chewed by rodents. The main cable loom in the assembly bay has been chewed by rodents. It's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to get the part in, and it's going to cost about $4,500 for this main cable loom. And it's not just a cable loom, it is the main cable loom that goes through the engine bay into the firewall up to the main, into the dash. So they said it's going to take 15 hours of work, so 2 days of work to install it. That's why it's costing so much.
Classed as a natural disaster by the insurance company, it's all going to be covered. We just have to pay the excess. We're at our local Toyota dealer where the car has been here for 5 weeks and 2 days, and still nothing really has happened because they've got to order the part. If they give me the option, I would have paid for it to actually be flown out rather than wait this long.
That was where the grass was from the mouse nest in there. That's where I found it, and I didn't know how it got there. In hindsight, it was a mouse.
So disappointed. It's really cold in Canberra, and we would definitely be somewhere warmer or in the snow. What's that? Oh, look.
Bit of wire. Just a bit of wire that's been chewed.
Gosh.
Yeah. Just sitting up in there.
So we've been doing some research online. You can buy these cubes that you put some, what do you put in?
Peppermint oil. Gets rid of it, along with mothballs too, apparently, deters them.
So we're probably going to be travelling all the time with those things now because, and well, it's changed my lifestyle. John luckily works at a remote location, so he gets a car to and from work, but it's got a tracker on it, so he can't actually use it to do any shopping or anything. And he's got his motorbike. Apart from that, this is my only form of transport apart from walking and riding my push bike. And if you could feel the weather today, it must be in the minors and it's snowing.
It's freezing.
In addition to the car, we came home and we had COVID. We tested positive. My watch broke, the camera got dropped and it's not quite right, and my laptop broke, and the battery system in the Caravan in the Iridium is doing something weird.
The voltmeter sometimes starts about 9.5 volts, and as it goes up, the solar starts charging the battery. And it gets at about 12 volts, and then it stops, and it goes back down again. Then the charging light just stops altogether, but it goes back and forth from about 9 volts, 10 volts up to about 12.5 volts. There's no input from the solar panel coming down, even though I can measure input from the solar panel. The DC to DC charger says 13.4 volts, which doesn't match what this is saying. The inverter comes on, but the display doesn't come up, so there's something wrong with the inverter. So I've told Signature all this. I'm going to detail the scenario, what's actually been happening. So they're going to send a guy out, because it's under warranty, a guy's going to come out, the local auto electrician's going to look at it.
Meantime, just in case it's the inverter, Signature's actually posted an inverter down, and it arrived 2 days after we spoke to them, just so that it's here in case the guy needs to change it, which I think is really good service. So they're looking, there is power out of the inverter, but the display's shot, so they're going to put the new inverter in.
Yeah, we think the PWM might not be working properly, but we're not sure of that, but we'll...
And that's giving us some false readings of how much power we've got. When we purchased the van, we paid for an upgrade on the DC to DC charger from what was standard in the vans. And it turns out we don't actually need that PRBM little box at all. We can bypass that. Our updated DC charger actually has one built in. So the guy's coming back, Signature's paid for it all, and we're just going to take it out and bypass it, and everything's perfect, no harm done. No car, bad weather, stuck at home a lot. So I've decided to sort through my photos and pull out the better ones. I usually store them via trip in each day that goes by, and I've just been going through pulling them out, and maybe I'll print them off or something in the future. What I've also done is taken all my notes for the food that we pre-packed and organised for the Mundi Mundi Bash, and I've written it into a little document of what I did at home to prepare and then how I cooked it at the camps, and I thought other people might find it interesting. So if you want a copy of that, just send me your email address in the comments box and I'll forward it on. Oh my gosh, just out of the blue yesterday, we got a random text, no warning at all. It's been 6 weeks and 3 days, I think it is. And look what's back in the garage. I just picked it up. They've just cleaned it. It looks so sparkly and good. I mean, of course, I can't tell what they did inside, but it drove home nicely. I got a bit caught out because they rang, and so I walked down to pick it up, and you won't believe it, but it was out of rego. So lucky they picked it up, and I fixed it all online. But so pleased to have this car back. And everything's sorted with the Iridium, which is so exciting. Signature did well by us, I think, under warranty. But she's all working fine. Maybe not next week, but the week after we'll definitely be out on the road, and I hope you choose to come with us. So very happy. It's been really difficult for me just not having freedom, basically. Anyhow, I hope you're all well. I'll see you on the other side.